Hebron's old city clusters around a building charged with religious significance. To Jews, it's the tomb of the patriarchs, burial place of some of Judaism's most revered figures. To Muslims, it's the Ibrahimi Mosque, the focal point of a 2-square-kilometre area of Islamic culture and architecture. Palestinian officials say that heritage is under threat and needs protecting, that the Israeli occupation has emptied hundreds of businesses and homes and made preserving the city's fabric more difficult.
It's worse than before. We used to come and go without anybody asking the reasons. Nowadays, wherever you go, there's a checkpoint in front of you and another one behind you.
Up to 800 Israeli settlers live, in contravention of international law, inside Hebron, guarded by twice that number of soldiers and police. It's been a particular focus of tension since a settler killed 29 worshippers inside the mosque in 1994. A UNESCO report ahead of the vote contained criticism of the Palestinian submission for focusing too much on the Muslim history of Hebron at the expense of its Jewish and Christian past. However, they said they couldn't recommend a decision either way because Israel had prevented those experts from visiting the site. The submission centres on the Mamluk period of 700 years ago. It says Hebron is the world's finest example of Hosh Arabic architecture. One of its main authors says there was no attempt to deny Jewish links, rather to demonstrate the impact of the Israeli occupation on a site of international significance.
We have many obstacles which affecting the quality of life inside the old city, which affecting the accessibility, which affecting the efforts of preserving the heritage, which is important for all the humans.
Israel regularly accuses UNESCO of pro-Palestinian bias. It's criticizing what it calls an attempt to deny Hebron's Jewish heritage.
They are trying to rewrite Jewish history and the history of the region, pretending that the tomb of the patriarchs, of the Jewish patriarchs in Hebron, is actually part of the Palestinian national heritage. And this is something that we cannot accept, that no right-minded person in the world can accept.
A vote either way is unlikely to change much on the ground, but the fact that both sides are working so hard to prevail shows the importance today of how this ancient city is perceived. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Hebron.